Guys, it's Modine. Welcome to Rabbit and More. My name is Modine and I'm a rabbit farmer. Today I'm bringing another video, but it's gonna be from the car, and I will bring you like footages, you know, in between to support what I'm trying to say. So if you read the title correctly, I want to talk about why rabbit meat isn't selling that much as compared to chicken, although rabbit comparatively is better of a meat than chicken. They both fall in the same meat classes, which is white meat. Rabbit has some amazing benefits as compared to chicken, but people tend to buy more chicken from this part of the world, that is Ghana, and I believe elsewhere in the world. But you know, elsewhere in the world, in some places, people still understand what rabbit meat is for, and they go out there to buy it regardless, you know. But it is a bit difficult in Ghana because a lot of people focus on getting chicken, you know. They buy a lot of chicken and they don't even know to some extent what rabbit offers, you know, the meat itself, what it entails and all that stuff. There are a few people who are battling cholesterol diseases and all that who know about rabbit and will fall on rabbit, or people who just want to do heavy dieting and they want healthy dieting and they want meat that has high protein and all that stuff, and so they prefer to go with rabbit and all that. So as rabbit farmers in Ghana, and I presume the same issue is in other African countries as well, if please share with me what the prices look like in your place and all that. So to know what we are competing against as rabbit farmers, we have to first look at the number one enemy, in this case the chicken, right? So for meat rabbit rearers or meat rabbit growers, the most important thing here is the pricing, because comparatively we all go against the same feed. I mean, those who buy the chicken, when the price of corn goes high, it affects them. And if you're going with rabbit also and you want to go on the feed basis, when corn goes up, the feed also goes up. So we are just negating feed. Now there is a plus or minus in both sides. Now when you come to the rabbit field, the plus is that you can feed your rabbits based on grass only, you know, depending on where you're living. If you have a lot of grass, then you're fine, you can feed them on grass solely and you won't have to spend money on anything. But for chicken, with the broilers and all that stuff, they need a lot of supplements and all that stuff, and so it's a bit expensive on that other end. But because a lot of people tend to go for chicken, prices comparatively are relatively lower than that of rabbits, and that is a problem. You know, you can't be competing against something that you are better than at a higher price, way higher price, and even some cases at the same prices. You know, it's not good. So let's look at some of the things. So I contacted a friend of mine who owns a cold store and sells primarily chicken and fish, and I asked, what's a kilo of chicken going for these days? Now today's date is, I think, the 18th or the 19th, I'm not sure, I gotta check it on my phone. It's the 18th of March, it's the Friday 18th of March 2022, for context sake. Now the chicken price she gave me is that, sorry, I have to look in the book right here so that I don't give you anything wrong. So yeah, he was saying for a kg, for a kilogram of chicken, it is ranging between 20 to 22 cedis. Now I'm talking in the Ghana cedi version. Now today I think the cedi is $1 is to 7 cedis, I think. I just have to check it shortly, guys, and then I'll get to you. So yeah, it's 7.2. So you can see it over there, that's it right there, that's it. 22 cedis, that is somewhat of about $2.50 thereabouts. Let's say around that figure, right? $2.50. now for a kg, now for a whole carton, which I'm talking about those that are imported and all that kind of stuff, because we have local growers and we have those that import it and bring it into the country, and Ghana eats a lot of imported chicken and all that stuff. Now the imported ones per carton, which weighs about 10 kgs, it is 185, so between 185 to 200, you get it, 185 to 200, and so that is the price right there, you know. And for rabbit, the problem we are having in Ghana currently is this. Now, sorry, I also went to the market to go check on the, this is from the coast store. I went to the market to go check on the live birds that are being slaughtered. So we have like corner markets where people can go into street markets. I'll show you the footage. That was one that I went to, and driving through, you see how the whole place is set up and all that. You can get almost everything to prepare anything you want to get at home and all that. I went there to check, and the list price was at 45 cedis, a live bird. Now I'll show you the ones. The brown ones are the ones going for 45 cedis, and then it goes way up to 80 cedis. Now they were telling me that it's based on the weight and size and all that kind of stuff, and those are the price ranges for a live bird. Now let's compare the rabbit meat comparatively to that of chicken, but live. You get it? If a live bird is selling for as low as 45 cedis ready for consumption, the rabbit meat we can compare against is, rabbit is ready for consumption around 4 months. Depending on how you feed it, you can also sell it around 3 months. You get it? And so when you look at the lifespan of how much they need to get a chicken to I mean, they need about 8 weeks or so to get it ready for the market and all that stuff. Let's take all that against. They are selling their chicken for as low as 45 cedis. But you have rabbit farmers. I've visited quite a few rabbit farms, and I've been checking rabbit prices every now and then. Even yesterday, I went to another rabbit farmer just closer to me, and he wanted to sell a 1-month-old rabbit for 90 cedis. 90 cedis. That is absurd. Now, I'm saying it's absurd because when you go to the Nungwa farms, which is the animal husbandry, the Ghana National Animal Husbandry, which is supposed to supply rabbits to farmers who want to start and all that kind of stuff. The kids, 2 months old, they are selling from 25 cedis. They sell each for 25 cedis. So to have a farmer, you know, we don't have a controlled system where we all grow in a very unified way and then we sell. So everybody dictates their prices, and that's the problem we are having. But for chicken, they always have a range. You know, there's always a range, and they fall within that range all the time. But rabbit meat, we cannot compete against chicken if the people our consumers are also chicken lovers, and chicken is comparatively cheaper for them. If you are saying that rabbit is better, it's way better, and so you want to sell rabbit for a kilo at around 40 cedis, and they know they can get the same chicken per kilo at 20 cedis, they will go for chicken. It doesn't matter how good it is, unless you're selling it to someone who already knows rabbit meat, and against all odds will go directly for rabbit any day, anytime. But if you're trying to reach out to the market, the people who are unknown to the rabbit meat sphere, then of course the pricing is nothing but very bad. You know, we have to look at it in a very good way. Now when you look at some of the prices I've been looking at, it's as if rabbit is pegged anywhere between 80 to 100 cedis. Like the prices I've been checking so far, if you want to get something that is cheap, if you're lucky with one farm, you'll get it for about 70 cedis. And it's not good, it's not fair, it's not nice at all. Like, I think we can do better as rabbit farmers. I don't know why it's overly expensive when you actually look at the way rabbit breeding is and all that kind of stuff. When you're chasing a lot of money, you won't sell. Now you can add value to it and sell it at a higher price, and that is totally fine. There are other people, I've visited some farms and they sell just a live one just from their farms around 70 cedis, but then if they prep it for you, it now goes around 100 cedis and all that kind of stuff. Now there is one farmer aside the Nungwa farms, the Ghana husbandry thing I visited, that sells their rabbit for 50 cedis. I mean, if it is around 4 months or 3 months thereabout, he sells it for 50 cedis, 50. Now this is a good place. You know, that is the type of pricing we need to be coming to in order to compete against chicken. And so if you're out there and you're trying to go into rabbit farming and you're looking to sell, these are some of the things you should be looking at before you even start your farming. Look at ways you can cut down cost in order to make your end product cheaper, so that you can sell for others to get it at a very cheap price. Because if you're going to sell one rabbit for 100 cedis, 200 cedis, there was even one funny one. I went to one farm and someone wants to sell me a pregnant rabbit for 600 cedis. 600 cedis. That is absurd. You don't do things like that. And the excuse he was giving me was that the rabbit was pregnant. Now, I bought another rabbit from another farm for 70 cedis, crossed it there and then, which also equates to it being pregnant, but I paid just 70 cedis, brought it to my farm, and the rabbit delivered 6 for me a month later. So why would I spend 600 cedis for something I don't know how many liters it will deliver, and you're giving me premium? You get it, premium. So our pricing is a bit weird when it comes to rabbit farmers. Our pricing is a bit weird. I will support anyone who wants to add value. You know, you add value to rabbit meat and then you want to sell it. You are the best, man. You are the man. And I think the reasons why a lot of rabbit farmers just go with pricing the meat itself above and beyond is because they don't market, or they don't capitalize on other things that could make them money. Some of the things are the rabbit urine, which can be used for pesticide or manure when done in a good way. Also the rabbit droppings, the feces and all that, so it's also a good manure. And so collectively, these are things that farmers can resell to other plant growers or crop growers, vegetable growers around and stuff like that, to try to make extra cash so that this whole thing would reduce. And sometimes if you want to go into like exorbitant farming, you can also get maybe the lion heads, the Holland is it a loop or something like that. There are some breeds that people usually want to get only for petting, and for those ones you can get them and keep them well and keep them like in a very good way and sell them at higher prices. But for the meat rabbit, I don't think it's fair that we sell meat rabbit anywhere. It should be comparatively the same prices with chicken. I don't know, I may just be ranting, but this is what I have seen. And I think that if we are going to go into this farm thing and to make an impact, to get a ready market all the time, we should be looking. There are some places where you can sell at some prices and it makes sense. Now let's say you are selling rabbit meat to a restaurant, right? A restaurant can just sell the same rabbit, the whole rabbit, to about 5 different people for about 60 cedis a plate or 80 cedis a plate. Let me say 50 cedis a plate, right? So if the rabbit is being served to 5 people, 50 cedis a plate, that is around 250 cedis, right? And so if 250 cedis and you sell this rabbit to the restaurant at 80 cedis or at 100 cedis, and they agree at that price, and that is the business you're dealing with them, then it's okay. I mean, it's to a restaurant, they are adding value, so they don't care. But if you're going to sell to like an average consumer, these are some things we have to really critically look at to know how to price, because that is the reason why a lot of people are not coming on board to eat rabbit meat. Not that they don't really know the benefits, but times are hard. Times are hard, and things that people don't really know, they don't jump on. They have to be aware of it critically in order to jump on it. I'm passionate about what I'm talking about, so that's why it may seem I'm ranting a little bit and all that stuff, but when you check the prices, it just doesn't add up. You know, it just doesn't add up. Every farmer is just selling. You can go online right now on gg.com and just type rabbit and you would see 100, 120, 100, 120. And if you just want to consume rabbit meat, it's nothing encouraging. You get it? It's nothing encouraging. But if you want to add value to it and sell the meat, that makes a whole lot of sense, because you've added value to it. And that is where I want us to get as rabbit farmers. So what are some of the things I think we can do to improve the pricing and all that? We should, one, monitor how much feed we are giving to our animals. We should check how much money we are spending overall from when the kids are 0 to when they are 4 months or 3 months ready for maturity. Now, you should also look for breeds that grow faster, that you can say, okay, you want to take care of them for only 3 months and then you start selling them out. And for that reason, within the whole 3 months, this is how much you want to spend on feed and all that kind of stuff, and maybe you supplement it with grass. So we have to go from the conventional way of, or let me say the traditional way of just getting them whatever anytime and all that, to a more methodological way of feeding them, you know, and have actual cost. And so if you're spending, let's say 2,000 cedis every month, or you're spending let's say 2,000 cedis for the whole 3 months on, let's say 50 rabbits, then you know that, okay, for this whole thing, this is how much you have to get for each rabbit, and then you put your small profit margin on it, and I think that will help. Also, let us capitalize on using the feces, the urine, research into some of these things. Also, I think collectively, I don't know how many rabbit farmers we have, and I don't know of any rabbit farmers union or all that stuff. You guys can link anything down below in the comment section. I think we can come together as a unit to start pulling together those who will supply only furs, you know, because in countries like China and other places, they import these things and use it for leather bags and leather shoes, whatnot, anything fashion related. They use this rabbit fur for it. The skin, you know, you deskin them and then they use it for it. So I think that we can pull collectively as rabbit farmers and then start finding a way to market that. And so when we start making use of all these other little things, we can start making money from other sides, and the meat won't be like our luxury to go to, you know. And that is one thing I think. This is all I have to say. Let me know what you think about in the comment section below, and we'll talk about other things also in another video. Thank you very much for watching, and sorry if I was just ranting or something, but let's talk and help the industry grow. Let me know where you're watching from and what the situation is, rabbit versus chicken. Thank you very much, and do have a wonderful day. My name is Modine. Subscribe to the channel and share with other people so we can also grow this industry. Thank you.